Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahowald, II Swinging Golf here in the tour van at the Minnetonka store, joined by Bella McCauley for a fun fitting video. This is going to be about lie angle on irons. This is an interesting one because I think so many people maybe dismiss or don't think too much about lie angle when it comes to getting new irons. Of course, in every fitting, that's a big discussion that we have. But sometimes people, especially with ping irons, there's all these colorful dots that we can talk about. But you grab a set and you can see exactly what the lie angle is on it. And so, Bella, that's kind of where I'm going to bring you in here because just in terms of fitting, right? Just kind of talk to the people about how important fitting is. And I know you're basically working with Aaron Roth, our fitter here all the time, getting things dialed in. How important is it to make sure your clubs are fit for you, especially the irons?
It is absolutely crucial. I've been working with Aaron Roth, a fitter here at Minnetonka store for maybe 8 years or so now. And seriously cannot rave enough about getting fitted. And over the years, obviously, as technology changes, it's just important to, year like annually or biannually, just come and get your clubs checked out, see if you can get an upgrade and if it would be like beneficial for your game.
Yeah, and then in terms of lie angle, right? So the idea here, of course, for lie angle, for those who don't know, lie angle is kind of the way the club sits at address. Of course, being more upright or more flat, and so. That's what we're going to test today. So we've got basically 3 different settings or adjustments on the ping color code chart we're going to use. We've got the I-530 irons, which I know are very comparable to what you play with P790. But we're going to test in 3 different lie angles. So standard or black dot. Then we've got the orange, which is going to be 2 degrees flat. And then we've got the white dot, which is 3 degrees upright. So we're going to have you hit these, and you're going to see some big differences, probably in just how they look and how they sit for you.
Perfect.
I know you're dialed in with your club, so I didn't want to mess with yours at all. But I'm curious to see what happens here because in previous videos that we've done this, we've seen way over to the right and way over to the left just from this lie angle adjustment.
That's crazy.
So, are you ready to hit some swings here?
I'm excited. This will be fun.
All right. So here we're kind of just getting the baseline here because I think what I'm going to be most interested in is that the changes we make from here. Another good shot there.
That was good. I actually like this club. It feels a little bit heavier than the one I have.
Yeah?
But
How does it look? And this is
super good, super clean, very similar to. So I have the TaylorMade P790s, and it honestly looks similar to a dress.
Yeah.
But I really like it because it's not obviously like too much of a blade look, but it doesn't have like a huge cavity back. So
I tried to find something that was kind of up, similar to the P790 for you.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Oh yeah. There's that baby draw that I know you like to hit.
Try to. Might be a little left. No.
All right.
Perfect.
I think we're getting the idea here that with standard, you're going to be hitting the ball kind of, you're hitting it right along the center here. So we've got one that you maybe missed to start.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're hovering right around the center line here.
Totally.
Right? So I'm going to take the best 3 of 4 swings with each club or each sort of setting. So yeah, you clearly, based on smash factor and spin here, you might have mishit this first one a little bit.
Yeah, I did a little bit. Definitely
so
not
our
as...
dispersion becomes this, which is kind of fun to look at. It's
everything's
very
cool.
close to each other. Okay, so now what's going to happen is we're going to go. Would you rather go flat or go upright next?
Let's go flat.
Okay, so flat, basically the club is going to start and sit a little more like that. Or the toe is actually, it's going to feel like the toe is maybe down into the ground a little more.
And what is that technically supposed to
So
do?
now, what that happens is when you go flat, the club face kind of points or opens a little more to the right.
Okay.
And then if you go up, the face angle then by default kind of points or starts to close essentially a little bit. So what you might feel like is, when we make this is a decent change. I mean, 2 degrees just out of nowhere to open the club face essentially. You might feel like you're going to put your normal swing on it and the ball starts a little right of where you normally do. So that's what I expect based on other lie angle tests we've done. So let's see what happens. Okay, so this is
This
the
will be
orange dot. So I
interesting.
think are you noticing a
I
difference
noticed
at
a
all?
little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. A little bit of a
Yeah, you
shift
almost have to
there.
manipulate your hands a little bit to kind of get it to sit right.
Yeah. So is there any situation for the viewers? Is there any? Oh, that was
Well, that turned
that
out
was a
pretty
good shot. Is there any situation where they'd want their lie angle to be a little bit maneuvered?
Yeah, yeah. So like for example,
Or extreme.
if you had a tendency to close the club face a lot, like you were missing, 10 yards, 15 yards consistently left of where you were trying to hit it, we might put it in a setting like this.
That's actually good to know for viewers who might
Okay. That was maybe a slight miss, I can tell by efficiency-wise.
a little
You
bit.
kind of hit a lower smash factor, but I will also note that this is the first time I think that you've actually hit a fade.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. I'm always a little bit of a baby draw, so
Yeah.
to see a little bit of a fade definitely tells me there's something there.
That one started out to the right too, it looked like. Yeah. Now it's funny because of how well you swing the club that like the differences are going to be minuscule in that sense, just because of how consistent your swing is. But nonetheless, we're seeing that trend emerge here just a little bit. Yeah, there is one too.
That one also started a bit right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that was 4 swings. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. So and we can actually remove the.
The one that
I said
wasn't
we
as well
removed the
hit.
worst one here. We can take this one.
Perfect.
So what we've got is kind of a clear discrepancy in where the ball starts and where the
Totally.
ball, kind of finishes. What we can do here is we can see this and kind of see the difference of the flights, right?
Wow, that's
Your
crazy.
draw starts to show up, and then with the orange dot 2 flat. Now, a lot of people are going to look at this and see, oh, what's the big difference? The ball, they're all kind of in the same spot. I think generally what our fitters would tell you is probably each degree that a lie angle is adjusted with an iron, and this is a little bit give and take depending on how far someone hits it, or like if you hit the ball 200 yards with your 7-iron, it's going to be a little bit of a wider difference, but roughly 3 to 4 yards of correction is what like 1 degree would be. So if we were to, so you're seeing the ball, all of these are about 3-ish yards left of the center line, which is really good. Like you're within 10 feet of that center line.
Yeah.
But now these ones are creeping over to, I'd say average 3 to 4 right of the center line. So
Yeah.
you're seeing that thing slightly move, and that could be the difference in some spots, maybe missing the green versus your ball bounces down into a bunker on the right side.
100%. I mean, as we know, golf is the game of inches, so even just a little bit of a correction can go such a long way. And let's say maybe one of our viewers is having a hard time hitting a little bit too far right, too far left. Maybe a little bit of a lie angle could help correct that.
Yeah, that's precisely what we're trying to show. And the next one here is going to be, I'm going to be first curious to see if you notice anything visually. I assume
Okay.
you will, because instead of going 2 degrees flat, we're going to switch all the way around and go 3 degrees upright now
Okay.
into the white dot. So
Perfect.
this will be interesting for sure. Okay. Did you miss hit that one a little bit too?
A little bit.
Okay.
But it just definitely felt like it came off left, which I guess is as expected, but it's just a weird feeling.
Yeah. I mean, try to just hit your normal, hit it straight, and we'll see what happens. Did you? Okay.
Not well hit.
That one didn't hit that one as good either. From the
No.
looks of it. Okay,
That
get
one's
some
far left.
Ball speed back on that one, and that's interesting. Okay, so what was the contact like
That's
on that
weird.
one?
That was like a little bit heavy.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of why that spin went down, but that face angle is very closed though. That seemed to be better contact, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also left.
Oh
They're
my
going
goodness.
definitely
Okay.
left.
So, here. let's
Definitely
go.
left.
Yeah, we've got this left thing going on.
I think there's a reason we don't like that lie.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Let's see. This is your first. That's kind of would that be your big miss? 1, 3, 4? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's crazy. Like looking at the differences and like the
I
dispersion.
mean, that
with
and this one
fly.
kind of is the one you chunked a little bit. So these would be your 3 best, but nonetheless, we can kind of see what happens here.
Totally.
So big P. Obviously, we can look at the map. We can see the differences. So we went orange dot. It's kind of annoying how the color code works, where we have the blue circle is actually the white dot, and then the white circles are actually black dot. But at least the orange dot worked out nicely. So we have clearly this tendency to go left with the 3 degrees upright white dot setting. I wanted to point out to the face angle differences here. So with the neutral black dot, your face angle was 0.1. So basically as squared, as neutral as it could be.
Yeah.
So your face angle was basically pointed directly at the target at impact. The orange dot, it kind of worked out nicely in the sense of seeing the measurements here, because you were then open 1.7 degrees on average with that club.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And then with the white dot upright, you were closing now the face 1.5 degrees on average.
Yeah.
And actually, if we pull out really all the shots
It
that
makes
were hit, because I know we were
sense.
kind of toying around with everything, we can kind of see how that trend still continues here with 0.8, 1.5, and minus 1.3. So we see,
that's crazy.
yeah, we see those things emerge. Now, in terms visually, I wanted to ask you about kind of just looking down at it and seeing those differences. Big difference, because right away you put it down and you were like, ooh, this toe is way in the air.
Yeah.
Like, and I know you don't like to miss that far left, so that's probably kind of a weird feeling to watch the ball go left and almost like hook on you with an iron.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. What else did you see? Or I mean, we can talk about the map here as well. Like clearly, those tendencies are showing up there for sure.
Yeah, no, I think obviously like standard seemed to be the best, and that's why I have a standard lie. However, I actually didn't mind the right lie
Yeah.
like angle, or like the flat a little bit, just because like my tendency is to go a little bit left, so anything like facing a little bit right
Sure.
actually like isn't that bad. It kind of like evens it out for me, or minimizes that miss.
Yeah.
But anything left, like I knew trying that left shot wasn't going to be good, just because that's already a little bit of my miss, and so anything that's like compounded there is not great.
Right.
So definitely not for me, but it's crazy how you can definitely see the difference there for sure.
Yeah. So I think based on this, it's kind of it's interesting that you note that, because again, we can talk to Aaron and see what exactly your fitting is and what lie angle you might be playing with your irons. But I would imagine you're either playing something that's pretty close to standard or maybe slightly flat, because of what I saw here.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you're not playing anything upright based on how you already kind of play this draw. You're already turning the ball over a little bit. You probably don't need even further movement to the left there. So interesting. Well, I think Bella, it's clearly there's the importance here of getting fit and making sure lie angle is dialed in. I mean, everything else about your swings here were pretty identical, right? I mean, the attack angle's the same. Your club path numbers are pretty similar. It's just that the face angle was open or closed a little bit with each swing, and that's really the difference in all of these shots. So, yeah, I guess from your perspective, Bella, again, we can kind of reiterate it, but I'm going to ask you one more time. The importance of getting fit. Like anybody watching this, what's kind of your message to them about getting fit?
Well, I mean, I think this proves our point a little bit, and just, if you grab some random set off from your basement or your garage and you don't know what the lie angle is, I mean, part of the misses can be due to simple thing as lie angle.
Yeah.
And so just coming in to get fit and get them catered to exactly what you need, and probably will help you swing to the best of your ability.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So golfers, go get fit for your irons. Even if you don't want a brand new set, still make sure your clubs are fit for your swing, and make sure the lie angles are helping you and not hurting you. So yeah, Bella, thank you for joining today. This was kind of a fun demonstration here.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you.